Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase, our marathon tech price SpaceX Extreme, where we are well into doing the the cheap end of the SpaceX sciences. We are currently doing Spaceship Command, which, as you can see from that list, is the last one that we have before the FTL drive sciences, the very extreme ones. Now, our problem with red circuits and plastic in particular, I mean, this list is shorter, so the change for iron is definitely working, although there is some iron still here, you can see. But because the plastic is short, we're short red circuits, and that's flowed through into blue, which is not getting any better, and now also purple, because purple, if you have a look at the recipe for purple science, the electric furnaces, they have red circuits, quite a few of them in fact. So the shortages are now affecting purple science as well. So science is probably struggling a little bit. In fact, it's way down. So we're barely moving. So that's not good at all. So what we're going to do is a slight change in procedure. We are going to start doing faster than light theory A. Now this should quickly result in red and green ramping back up to 12, well sorry, just red actually, because green's not required of course. Red science ramping back up to 12,000. This will barely move because, well, it has to do 16 million. So that's going to take a while. 16 million, let's just do some maths here. 16 million divided by 12,000 to get it into minutes is 1,333 minutes. Divide by 60 to get it into hours, it's 22 and a bit hours. So it's kind of like about a day's actual playing, assuming it stays at 12,000 a minute, which I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, red science just by itself, it should be pretty easy. Now, this should give us a chance for all of this to recover, every single bit of it, and that is great. But what we are going to do, because red science by itself is fairly cheap, I am actually going to push to start this whole dry dock assembly component, build actually operating, build the components, do the launches. The launches will give us the burn of the rocket fuel, well, at least some rocket fuel that we need to hopefully you know, help with our plastic shortages. Although of course we actually need some of the plastic even in that, but never mind. I'm kind of hoping this is just going to miraculously go away now that we're just doing red science. If I left it long enough, it probably would, but it probably takes a little while for all of that to happen, and I might actually need to increase the stacker slightly. What have we got? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We've got 18 trains that go there, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So kind of ideally I should increase it by 2, so that we don't get this kind of thing. What are you? So these are the 2 extras that don't fit, and that one's plastic trying to get around there. So yeah, I should fix this one. So I think I'll actually head to #iron3. We'll fix this one. That'll give this a little bit more time to recover. I mean, you can see by the size of this bar that it is definitely shorter than it has been, but it's a little way off. But so yeah, we'll come here. We'll add in 1 more to each side of this stacker so it can hold all of the steel like it kind of needs to. And then we will probably jump over to circuits. We will get these circuits running again. We will even get a train on the circuits. We will then come over to here and activate this beast and see where we get to. So that's the plan. I'm not sure if we'll get it all done this episode, but we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. At least we have a plan, and as you can see, the faster than light theory A is not even moving from, or not visibly moving, even though we're doing 12,000 science a minute. That was, what is it? Hashtag iron, hashtag, excuse me, hashtag iron 3. Is that in my list? I should probably get rid of half of this list. Hashtag iron 3, it is, there you go. And while we travel, I'm going to have a drink. It's nothing special, it's just a lemonade. I need a little bit of energy. Right, so I don't want to have a too super long episode, but we certainly do want to accomplish things, which can be difficult when it takes a while to move around. What's that? A steel train? Very good. I wonder where that one came from. Steel 2 came from Big Bro Steel. So it's not actually helping with this steel stack diminishing. How's this going? It's not getting any better so far. I mean, these stacks will continue to demand and keep pouring out science as though they're heavily in demand until all of the science demand, which is all of this pent-up science demand, gets satisfied, and then it will relax again. It's all because we were doing circuits as well. They end up being fairly hungry. I thought I could get away with it because the launchers tends to use quite a bit of circuitry, but when you combine that with the fact that you're not burning off the rocket fuel, and because we have a certain amount of our oil tied to just making rocket fuel, so we're not getting, if we're not using it, we're not getting the plastic that would come from the petroleum associated with it. That just gives us our deficit that has caused this backlog. So it's a fair enough stratagem to try and clear the backlog, I think. Where are we? We're coming up here. I guess we'll go across here and we'll end up stuck there until I add these extra bits in. This is a fairly important bypass here, so not having that could be causing us some issues. Where are we? We're here. Going up our rather overcrowded circuit alley. That's interesting. So we're fully up to date on the blue circuits at this point, which is good. And going up the bypass, this coal is very close to finished. Even just having this down one would have been sufficient, but since we didn't, we have to do other, we have to look to other solutions. That should be everything that I need. So I think what I'll do is just get a new blueprint. I shouldn't need that guy anymore. Station names, yes, I want to keep the station name. That's where I want that. Perfect. Perfect as long as this connects like it should. Excellent. So there is an extra stop. That will bring one train in. Now we could just do that, and that's probably sufficient, but I may as well have a proper housing for this one as well. Our little train is going to run off down here soon. And this is probably a bit of infrastructure that I should get rid of. Oh, look, it's already on its way out. That's very interesting. So that has fully taken care of the problem for now, but just to be sure, let's also copy this bit down here. Is that right? Whoops, I forgot to copy the station for station names in that blueprint. Never mind, it's easy enough to fix after the event. So yeah, that's some nonsense name, now it's fixed. Very handy feature. Look, we've even got a slither of faster than light theory A done at this point, which just goes to prove that it really isn't going to take forever, even though it might seem so at the moment. I mean, looking at it, this one which is just red, this one that's just red and green, and quite possibly this one as well that's red, green and blue, although to a slightly lesser extent. Because they're only burning a very cheap science, and even the green is a very cheap science, we'll be able to be doing launches while these are happening, so the fact that they're very long, we won't notice to quite the same degree, and so it should be fine. Yeah, we're down here now. So that is the first thing we wanted to do, fix up that stacker so we don't get that little bit of congestion that I was getting. Now, the second thing to do, well, let's quickly look at production. Okay, I mean it's still kind of right up there. We're producing red circuits faster than they're getting consumed, which is good because we might be catching up at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 6 of the 8 blue science or science stacks that are wanting to top up their blue science. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the purples. So it's not like everything is sorted just yet. I think maybe, especially given that we're right near the main base where I can easily implement a new train, I'm going to go to engineering because we're largely full on resources anyway. I topped it up not very long ago between episodes, so it's good to go. But we may as well come down here and create a new train for the efficiency modules. I should probably get rid of these actually while I'm in the area, because that just creates something we don't need. And even this one we could get rid of actually. It's not needed anymore. So over here we go, and 1383 is all that is required, I think. Whoops, I don't want more. And you know what else we could do? We could actually force one of these trains with the nuclear fuel to come and deliver here so that we stop using these other fuel types. So that we only use nuclear fuel, because if we have a delivery of it we should have plenty. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to tell this train to come to our generic unload at the make everything, this U stop for unload. I'm not actually going to set up one of these, I'm just going to manually force it to happen. So I want you to go to square bracket U, if I can find it. There it is. Until inventory empty, and I'd like you to go there now. Thank you very much. So that will give me a whole bunch of these, 320 of them, which should be good for, well, for quite a while. And this train, which is a mixture of the nuclear fuel and rocket fuel, can go to EM load until inventory full, and then go to EM wait for whoops, not EE load, EM load. Okay, let me check over here. It's called EM pickup. Okay. EM pickup. That's the one. Until inventory full, get rid of that one. And until circuit. Right, that's fine. You're all fueled up. I guess what we could do is actually jump on board, ride this train to its destination, tell our engineering train to meet us at hashtag GC1. Which, if we go to the map, hashtag GC1 is here. So we're going to ride the train into here. What I'm going to do is, as dangerous as it might sound, reinstate the efficiency module production so that we can try and get up to the number that we need. We have 16,000 in here, we have plus another 7,300, so that's about 23,000. We need 40,000 for the dry dock assembly components, so there is that. I am very conscious of this thing though, that we're trying to see exhaust 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like we are slowly getting through the blue science backlog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in the purple science still. That might take a little bit longer. The other thing I've already done is I actually put a subscriber here, so that this is now an active condition, and set up the priority. No, I may not have actually set up the priority, so that is something that we will have to do today. So here we are, loading up. As soon as we get to 16,000, it's going to move over to the wait station. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to the choking mechanism, this guy, and I'm going to turn it off, which immediately calls both a red and a blue train. The blue, actually, and the red are available now, so we have trains on the way. So this whole production facility is about to kick up again. And actually, I don't need to be over here. I don't know why I'm running over here, but that is where that's supposed to go. So we can create our new priority. This will be for the efficiency module 3s, and the station will be called, if we go to the bottom, EM wait. And there it is. So we can now use this resource. I wonder how far away these trains are. going up circuit alley for the red, and the blue is at the top of circuit alley. So if we look over here, this is the blue on its way. Yep. And the red is, well, could be that one. No, it's this one perhaps. No. This one? Yes, EM red, that was the one. So that's got a little bit further to go, but it'll be here soon. The blue circuit's arriving. I don't know which one. Oh, it looks like it's red circuit, so that's not enough to actually start it up again. But it will start soon enough, don't you worry. Now, let us get back to our train. Our engineering train. I might have to start speed module production as well to enable this to happen. We want to go to dry dock assembly, hashtag dry dock assembly. I can probably get rid of that refuel copper 2. That's, I think I went there because I was tidying up this as well. And was it off camera? I can't remember now. Probably. So I came here and ran over here and gave them some more medium poles and things so that all of their miners could become active. Yeah. Ideally this should actually be moved down a bit so that most of it's in sort of the weight of the copper in that facility, but never mind. How's our production numbers going? We're actually burning more red than we're producing again. That's a little bit counterproductive maybe. How are these? We're very close to 3 billion iron plates, 1.8 billion copper, and 1.5 billion green circuits. These other circuits are, I mean, even 300 million steel very soon, so there is that. This should have kicked off, and in fact has. Let's see if we can see what the production numbers are doing. We're over 200 a minute. Maybe not on the 1 minute level yet, no, but for 5 seconds we are sort of 220 a minute. That's good. And the other thing is I just want to see how far we actually got through Spaceship Command. Just that little bit, sort of 15% maybe. Whoops. So, yes, this is going to be interesting. Because ideally I wouldn't really start it until Purple Science is sorted. I mean, maybe we can hold to that. I'm just going to jump out here. Let's first of all get some power over here. Now, we need some wires. That's handy. So that's more plastic. Maybe we'll get the solar to get delivered first. so this is our usual trains is less than P. Then call solar panels. And there's a train on the way. Solar panels are just here. So that's it, pulling out now. Now it carries accumulators as well. I'm not going to change the cargo because having the dual cargo worked for building all the solar and it works for rocket launches, so it's not going to get changed, but we will let it come and deliver. What else? So that is blue. Let's have a look how blue is doing. We have one there waiting. Oh, that means we have two away probably. We have one feeding yellow science at the moment, and we have one that is trying to come back and reload. Well, oh, let's just check this. No, that needs to be read train contents. Alright, let's do the processing units then. Now the processing units obviously have to be read train contents as well. This is pretty much always for simplicity. Trains on the way less than P, and if so, order processing units. So that should send one very soon. There you go, we've got a train on the way. I will hold off this one for a little bit, especially when we still see plastic dotted through here multiple times. Blue is down to just 3. That's a good start. We are starting to get shortages in red again though already, which is a concern to me. I might just have a quick look at what's going on. We need to create circuits. We need to create signals here, the proper signals. So, coming in, we need that. We need that as an exit. I can't fit any along here, which is slightly upsetting, but we will cope. Actually, I can get one there, which is interesting. I don't know how much that is going to help, but it is interesting. So, coming back out, we probably want something like that. Now we need the proper signals for the coming in. And what other signals can I get in here? Probably none. Do I need any? I probably need a few more on the way out to help with speedy exit. Right, so as you can see, we had a train turn up and do nothing because I'm a complete moron and did not put in something. I have put all of these round the wrong way, haven't I? That's just awesome. That's sheer brilliance there. I actually need to change the inserters for the solar anyway. They need to be swapped around so that sorry, they don't need to be swapped around. They need to be the filter inserters, the filter stack inserters. So we need 24 filter stack inserters. Let's get the supply train busy again, since I completely forgot that that would be a necessity. So it's probably just as well that I screwed that up. to be on the safe side, I might just order 30 filter stack inserters. Right, so we can't fix solar until we get that. The others, though, are whatever they bring is what they bring, so we'll run with it, and I will just set up the unloading. Cool. Now we need to be careful and watch out what we're doing. So we have blue circuits here, so that's these ones. Let's actually, what shall we do? Probably the easiest would be just to remove all of the green inserters and then put them all back again. So it should be this way because they are unloading, they're not loading. Dummy. Somebody was very silly about that. And we can fix these others at the same time. It is a warts and all cover up. There's no editing out the stupidity. There is editing, but it's not the stupidity that gets edited out. Well, maybe there is some stupidity that occurs behind the scenes as well, but certainly the stupidity that happens online, you get to see the consequences. Anyway, how is our supply train going? It looks like it's on its way. It can't be too far away, so we should get that very soon. Let me just put in, that will do. Whatever it delivers, we'll just take and use accordingly. That looks like the supply train there. Yes, all these trains are doing a circuit at the moment because we were dumb. How are we going? We still have 3 blue that's trying to catch up. I suppose it takes a while. They're only producing at, I presume we are actually getting 6,000. Not quite. Climbing still because of ongoing red shortages. You can see there's some red there. But I mean, this is moving. It's not completely static. Here come my stack inserters, filter stack inserters. That should do. However many we've got is fine. And there's the solar that we want. Oops. Solar panels. How about I tell you to stop? Going backwards and forwards seems to be kind of pointless right now. And we want you to only pick up solar panels. There we go. So these are now actually up and running properly, except for these ones. So the modules, let's have a look-see at how the modules are doing. So we haven't filled this up again, so we're not up to 32,000 yet. But we do have one load of 16,000. at some point we are going to have to call them, but maybe we are getting close to... Well, I still can't turn on the engines until all of this purple is cleared up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's only 7 there now, but actually red circuits is starting to get worse. Looks like there's only 1 blue science left to clean up. So that is resolving itself. Batteries are only used in yellow science, so we could actually set up the batteries at this point. If trains on the way is less than P, call batteries. Batteries, where are you? There you are. So that train is on its way. So this whole unit here is going to start getting busy very soon. With both sides of it active. So at this point, this train's probably just waiting for what? Oh, for me to turn it back onto automatic, basically. There we go. Now, one thing that I almost forgot. This one. Oh, I see. I put the wrong thing. It should have been until empty, but we'll just get rid of that. It'll go back to nuclear fuel and fill up. That will help us in a minor way, because what it will do is it might... No, it probably won't actually. The nuclear fuel is not... Because there's such a high multiplier between the rocket fuel and the nuclear fuel, getting another one in here is not going to trigger another train. I mean, we're at 4,600. We're only going to take out 320, so it's still well over 4,000, so we're not going to trigger another train to deliver, but at least we'll kick these off, which might give this train here something to do. I might even have to set up fueling for this train, because it doesn't have... I don't think it actually has fueling. No, it's something I've neglected to date, but never mind. So batteries are now being delivered. Whoops. Batteries are being delivered. Where's this at? There's still 2 blue sciences in here, and there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have green circuits here as well. We have... Actually, we have too much steel, because there was an error here. It wasn't actually picking up what it already had in the system, so it's over-delivered steel. So I'm going to have to kind of manage that to fix the situation. When we get our first delivery of the electric engines. If I take the electric engines, purple won't be able to continue producing at 6,000. And I'd like it to do that, because that's the only way to shorten this list. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It hasn't actually shortened at all. Blue definitely has, as you can see. But the circuits have done nasty things to our plastic. We are still doing basically 220, just under circuits a minute. But guys, I think we are at the end of what we can do this episode. So thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Between times, I will kind of probably let this purple drop down, and I'll keep monitoring it, and then we'll rejoin when we can start ordering in the engines, get this whole process kicked off, which I'll then add the modules here, and the LDS as well, perhaps. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this. Hope you enjoyed it, and looking forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.